It's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking. Me too. Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, always. You deserve a free, no-obligation inspection with options that allow you to choose. Two-run to go up 7 here with 4 10. Spins and scores. Paul George said should have been some help there, right? Should have been. Not me this time. Oh, that was a beautiful spin move. Just riveted Paul George to the floor. No way he could react. Lamar with 10. George had it taken away. I don't know if he was passing or shooting. Looked like he was trying to go to Zubats. DeRozan spots the corner. And Devin Vassell knocks down the three. And just like that, the Spurs have tied it up. Well, the more time he gets out there on the floor, the better he gets. Just continues to impress with his shooting ability and his athleticism. Jackson and a late whistle as Scott Foster, after Jackson fell down, Foster blew the whistle. He almost forced the official. Yeah. He got popped. Just a late whistle. It's not as late as it gets there. Yeah. George to man. Tipped out. Jackson. Right back to Paul George. 3:10 remains. He's got to get some help that way. They stay on the glass. Poked away. And DeRozan finally claims the basketball. 47-47. Eric White looking for an opening. DeRozan back out to the snap. Evans, he took a three a minute ago. When he caught the ball, Bill, beginning at the possession in the corner, he had Reggie Jackson in front of him and no one in the paint area. That's when he's got a full team trying to score the ball. DeRozan with a left-hand layup and DeMar with a dozen. Spurs by a pair. 7 straight for San Antonio. Inside, Zubats. Zubats has done a nice job these last 2 games. He's using his body to protect his space.
That's 8 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
That's about what he averaged.
Yeah, I mean, once he sets a screen, he doesn't let the second defender get back in front of him. And so Paul George has an outlet just in case he wants to pass it to him or he misses the shot. Zubats has his face cleared out on the offensive glass. Just done a nice job screening and rolling and playing the angles correctly.
Defensive 3 seconds. Technical foul called against Ty Lue's ball club, and DeRozan will go to the free throw line. They've been with us from the beginning. You're wondering, where's Kawhi Leonard? He's got a sore foot missing tonight. And also, Marcus Morris with 5 threes last night is out with a calf injury. And Serge Ibaka and Pat Beverly have missed both games with nagging injuries. Ibaka back injury and Beverly a sore knee. And then, of course, Lou Williams was traded today to Atlanta. They'll be getting Rajon Rondo coming back. But not here tonight, obviously.
Oh, what a move by Jackson, but cannot finish at the iron.
Little hesitation, pulled that
defender Rudy.
To go 2 for 1. Jackson is aware, gives to George. Francis with 3.
Batum giving the signal, do you want me to? Clearly, Nicholas Batum looking at the bench.
The Clippers going.
Balong.
Jackson, but
Added to 3. Shots.
Yeah, a little on full display as they're trying to get their mojo back.
Over 10 years ago.
Yan. Time out naman nilang oras. Mababa pa. 6 minutes pa. And Marv, this is what we call a casual triple. You know, he's when you're shooting it from where no one's expecting to play defense about 30 feet.
That is foul.
And you're right, Marv. Really, everybody from Miami, and Spo talked about it during the quarters. He said, hey, our guys are excited. And those guys have played terrifically well.
Lillard with a got caught. Cantor puts it in.
The Blazers offensive rebound and put
Bill is the on the mic, on the PA, and will give the definition of what is taking place.
he may have missed a ton of time here, and that man has been known to be the author of the dramatic.
Foul was
To that depleted roster.
just under 5.5 remaining. Lillard fires from deep. Ball is batted out of bounds off the collision.
And he is laboring right now, Lillard.
Well, he's bothered by that bruised left knee. This looked like he was holding the right. Hard to tell. He's just in pain.
And he may have to come out after these free throws.
He's 4 for 4 at the line.
Oh, you can see it right there. He kind of almost hyperextended that left knee. Didn't get a real solid plant when
Snowpiercer 2-hour season finale event Monday at 9 on TNT. Catch up now on demand and on the TNT app. It is time for the assist of the night, presented by State Farm.
and it's been a theme all night for this Heat team. As you see it, Gabe able to get it up high to Bam Adebayo and maintain a 3-point lead here.
Just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Nice play as Vincent was stripped. Oh, Damian Lillard remaining in. Saw the head athletic trainer Jeff Clark checking him out, working on him just a moment ago.
Definitely in a little bit of pain there, but able to come in and come up with a huge defensive deflection there off of Gabe and force the turnover.
Each team with 3 timeouts remaining. Portland in the bonus. Not in foul trouble. Lillard for Covington. Anthony. Rebounded by Nunn. So Miami back in possession in what has been an entertaining game. Both clubs shooting well. Nunn played tightly, gets it off. And it's run down by Anthony. Look out, Lillard went down. Slow to get up.
Yeah, he got caught in the face there by
McCollum with the bucket and the foul.
And that's a huge sort of event. You see here, he catches him right there with that elbow as he went up. But McCollum on the attack, he gets Robinson again one-on-one. And that's just going to be a mismatch every time, especially the way CJ's got it going tonight.
35 points. Hit to the line only once previous. He hit the other free throw. So it's a 1-point Miami lead. Here comes Lillard.
And not a good shot. I mean, Tyler's played terrific tonight, but that was one where you wanted to make the Heat work, and Lillard gets all the way to the basket, and Spo wants to talk it over here as Portland has gone on a nice little run here to take the lead. Damian Lillard, he has not been on, but boy, is he good when it matters.
Russell, what a play by Bill Russell!
Right there.
We will step away. Second timeout, perhaps to give Damian Lillard a break. Oh, beautiful pass, and Adebayo put it down. Miami up by 1 with 3:25 to go in this fourth quarter. Here's Lillard, double team. Portland had an 11-0 run after Miami hit those 5 3-pointers on a 15-3 spurt. And Miami able to wrestle at 3, so Hero comes across. It was a great block back to Hero. Here is Hero in the paint and hits. Miami up by 3. Lillard, played by Donkey. This time McCollum is off. Stop the losing streak at 4. Portland is last.
And they've been bringing the double team
as we come up on 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Here's Anthony. A look at the upkins, and his canter goes to the line. He is 6 have won 9 of their last.
Riding a bike should be a really fun experience. We make low-maintenance bicycles for everyday riders. We were coming off a great year, and when the pandemic hit, it just stopped. We really had to think creatively. Teams allowed us to do what we call virtual visits. Hey, is that TK?
Hi, how are you?
We're able to see 2 or 3-fold the amount of customers from all over the world. Without Teams, there's no way this would have been possible. And I really think it's going to set a standard for retail moving forward.
40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and a 1-point lead for Portland. Portland 2 timeouts remaining. Miami with 1. Portland does have a foul to give. It's a game that has seen 22 lead changes. And Hero will inbound. Nice pass for Adebayo. Flips it up and in. So Miami up by 1. We're down to 20 seconds remaining in the fourth. McCollum. It's a down low here.
Putik mo nalaglag.
So Portland up by 2, and a timeout is taken.
You got Wingstop? Why didn't you ask me?
I did. You said, get out of my face, I'm dominating this game.
Well, can you ask me again?
You know you want that sauced and tossed Wingstop where flavor gets its wings. Take the throw.
It's tied at 1:22 with 10.
No. Do we have to use the same kind of microscope NASA uses? Probably not. Do we have to wear black? You're welcome. Take it up to 100. Clinically proven Head and Shoulders.
Obviously, Lillard finished with fact on not hand. 22. Lillard Stetsel with 1 second remaining. Lillard will go to the line.
Putik si Lillard naman nagpanalo.
Is the step back
Gilis talaga dito
and
si
the
Lillard.
foul. And Lillard a superb free throw. Shooter 5 for 5 here. Gives the Blazers a 1-point lead. Miami does not have a timeout. 8 ties, 24 lead changes. It has been a fun night of basketball in Miami. So now a 2-point lead. Here's another look. As you can see Ariza contesting. Called for the foul. Just 1 second to go. 3-point lead. No timeouts. They're going to have to fling it down court. Adebayo runs it. Broken up by Lillard. The buzzer sounds, and that will do it. The Portland Trailblazers defeat the Miami Heat 124 to 122. So the Blazers stop their losing streak at 2. While Miami continues to have its problems as they have now lost 5
scoreboard
So final score, Portland 125, Miami 122 for Greg Anthony and the rest of the crew. Art Albert saying good night. And coming up next, it's the Sixers and Lakers right here on TNT. Big win there for the Blazers. Thank you so much, Marv Albert. Welcome as we get you ready to eventually send you out to the Staples Center. But big time win for the Blazers. They moved to 8-4 in March, and they are now tied with Denver for the 5th seed in the West. A very big finish there by Dame Lillard, but the engine that kept the Blazers running throughout the game with 29 points in the first half. CJ McCollum, 35 points overall in the game, 8 assists. It's the most points that he has scored in any game since he returned from injury. CJ McCollum, welcome to the NBA on TNT. We're happy to have you, man. You look like you're back. Did you feel back?
I felt great in the first half. I felt like I was moving well laterally. I had good lift on my jumper, but down the stretch, I can't be short. And I got to be able to make shots in the fourth quarter. So I'm getting there. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there.
No, you and Daniel House, you guys are touted as the best, most talented backcourt in the NBA. What percentage are you at now? Because like you said, you had 29, but you finished the game with 35. Are you 100%? You close?
I'm close.
75?
I'd say
Your team.
8 weeks, and I knew it would be hard at the beginning. I knew I would be a little bit slower laterally. I knew my shot would be a little short, but I just work on my game. I put a lot of time in every day, and the team depends on me to be able to score and distribute, so I'm trying to do both those things.
You made sure. I mean, you were an all-star in other years. With you and Dame and just how it's grown and how you guys really want each other's success, team success. How you want him?
I want him to, but I understand empower each other. And in terms of the All-Star game, if I never make an All-Star game, man, I won't be sad about it because I know I'm nice and I know a lot of people respect my game.
That's what I'm talking about.
CJ, it is an interesting day in the NBA, players moving teams. Can you talk, one, about what Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood meant to your team, and also the excitement that you have for Norman Powell joining you and Dame in the backcourt?
Yeah, I love G Trent. I got a lot of love and respect for him and Rodney with the path he's taken. His pop's playing in the league, him being drafted in the second round and figuring out a way to get into the rotation. Started in the bubble. He put his head down and he grinded, and he earned everything that he's been able to receive so far. And I wish him nothing but the best in Toronto. Rodney's just a great dude. He's from the South, so you know how they get down, but he just got a great spirit. He's a really funny dude, and I wish him nothing but the best going forward. And in terms of what we've been able to add, I know Norman is special. He's athletic, he's explosive, he's having a career year, and I think he'll help us right away. So we're looking forward to it, but it's the sick part of the bit. And I wish him nothing but the best going forward. And in terms of what we've been able to add, I know Norman is special. He's athletic, he's explosive, he's having a career year, and I think he'll help us right away. So we're looking forward to it, but it's the sick part of the business. I wish him nothing but the best going forward. And in terms of what we've been able to add, I know Norman is special. He's athletic, he's explosive, he's having a career year, and I think he'll help us right away. So we're looking forward to it, but it's the sick part of the business. Senyor, guys.
Early finish with CJ cutting that lead down to one.
It's a great feeling as a big man when you're in the post. You got a shooter right in front of you, knockdown shooter. Yeah, great feeling.
Here's more of McCollum, able to pick up the foul there, not able to hit the free throw.
He was doing Sam one.
I corrected myself. Lillard then Portland part of an 11-0 run. Bam Adebayo's stat line tonight: 29 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and a career-high 5 blocks for Bam Adebayo.
Alonzo Mourning like number 7 the sheet. I wish I could shoot like that, Candace.
For Lee Jr., welcome back. Dame Lillard and Candace said he's just done it so many times, you got to contest.
You have to contest, and a lot of teams it's come down to him knocking down free throws at the end of the game because they're so scared of him hitting the shot. And Trevor Ariza did foul.
Oh, yeah, he fouled him on the elbow. That was good.
Now Miami falls under 500, 22 and 23. They've lost 5 in a row. The teams that we saw tonight, though, that's not who they're going to be. We're getting Nurkic back for Portland, and they're adding Norman Powell. And Miami's going to be a completely different roster. We're going to talk to Chris Haynes after the game. Is Aldridge coming to Miami, too, and joining them? But a trade deadline, I'm curious, what is it like on a team where some guys get moved? I know you've been traded 4 times. You've been traded 6 times. What is today like?
Damn, 6.
I saw you said that in a press conference. You may have been.
I was a bum then, wasn't I? No, I got traded 6 times.
I was going to be like, Shaq, you've been traded 6 times.
Oh, that's what I know. Traded to Miami. Yeah, 4 times. I was traded 4 times.
What is it like?
On my trade, sometimes I would. You have your roots there. You have your family there, your wife and kids. Make them recognize that they made a mistake, and wherever you go, your next destination, try to get another bag.
Yeah. Can you start right up when you get traded? Is it immediate?
You can, but Adam, I was traded I think 3 times, and one time. Time was
Game early, finish
Naglag.
LeBron, without AD, and happy to get Gasol back. They were just manhandled on Tuesday by the New Orleans Pelicans. You were on the call Tuesday, Reggie, and Anthony Davis starting to shoot a little bit, get some basketball drills, but still no timetable on a return for either one of those players. LeBron might be a while with that high ankle sprain. Yeah, they're thinking possibly early April for AD, and again, the word indefinitely out for LeBron. If you're an athlete, if you've competed at all, and ever had to endure a high ankle sprain, it is one of the worst injuries, as Harris with the layup for the Sixers. You've had one, Reggie. I mean, it's all about severity and the grade of the injury, but those can linger for a long, long time. Well, you start feeling it in your shin, your calf, let alone forget about your ankle. So it's hitting a lot of those pressure points. A little step back for Seth Curry. Got another one. Boy, that is one smooth stroke, and that's going to take us to our first time out. We're off and running. 15-10.
All right, guys, no insurance talk on beach day.
I'm down.
Yes, please.
Don't get me wrong, I love my RV, but insuring it is such a hassle.
Same with my boat. The insurance bills are through the roof.
Be cool. I wish I could group my insurance stuff. The house, the car, the RV.
Naman mga Warriors. Mega love shoutout to Omar Ali. Ano ba to? Wow.
Rebounds, and how about this? Continue to spread the love with those 5 assists.
Well, since that All-Star snub, so 8 games, they're 7-1. Harris nearly 23 points a game. 7 of those 8 games without Embiid as Markieff Morris goes strong inside for LA. Makes it a 3-point game. Sixers were a good team defensively last year. They were 8th best in the NBA. They're even better this year. Nice lead for Simmons, and he's fouled on his way in. And Reggie, while there are some principles still in place from a season ago, the Sixers are different. They've changed the way they play offense. Doc Rivers has had a major impact, especially the way Ben Simmons navigates through this offense and the playmaker that he becomes, not necessarily at the point guard position.
Don't forget to play FanDuel's over-under game. Free to play in all 50 states, but you gotta enter before the end of the first quarter to win your share of $5,000 in prizes. Tonight's question, how many threes will the Sixers hit? Over, under 12.5? BA, I'm banging the under. Thoughts?
I can't go with a man who's still rocking a turtleneck. Reggie's got one more week with a turtleneck, and then we got to put those away for the spring. Got to put them away, Adam. Huh?
Well, I will say this. The Sixers, they only average 11 made threes on the season, so I see where he's going with the under.
Yes.
But tonight they already have 3, 9 to go, 10 to go. I'm going to go with the over, Adam. I'm going to say they're going to have 13 or more threes tonight.
Well, Seth Curry back too, so that's a good call. See, you're always thinking things through, Reggie. Got to be a foul on Danny Green. His name was surfacing heavily in the trade discussions as well. All these players dealing with this time of year, and they know that. But Green remains. Speaking of three-point threats, Danny Green has already hit a 3 tonight. Harris and Curry out quickly with 6 points. Lakers already in the bonus with 5:48 remaining in this first quarter. So a pair of free throws coming up for LA. See Dwight Howard on the floor for the first time. He and Danny Green receiving their championship rings at Staples Center.
Yeah, that's an easy call right there. Danny Green trying to get on the high side and force Schroeder to the baseline. Schroeder goes around him and feels the contact. Gets to the foul line.
3-point Sixer lead. Sixers at 31-13 as Simmons goes, hits the side of the backboard. Contavious Caldwell-Pope leaves it for Schroeder. Finds Kuzma in the corner. He's got it, Kyle Kuzma.
How about Schroeder with the Jets? On that fast break, does a great job of finding Kuzma. An easy 3.
Kuzma and Gasol have made the threes for LA. Second assist for Dennis Schroeder. Howard going to work, working on Kuzma. Oh, nice finish with the left hand for Dwight Howard. Gasol, such a skilled passer. They really missed his playmaking ability out of the post. Three-pointer down, Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And that's got Doc Rivers upset. He calls the timeout. Lakers have taken the lead here on their home floor.
T-Mobile is upgrading its network at a record pace. We were the
as MVP candidates. It is a fluid situation for you, Reggie. I know it is.
Ever changing.
One and done for LA. We got first class, business class, and then down and coach doesn't mean you're not having a good year. It just means you're not quite on the list yet.
And here's the thing.
There it is.
This is the MVP plane. There's no slight here because you're on the plane for MVP,
Right.
but there is a class system, right? There's a first class, a business class, and a coach class. And Joel Embiid was in first class and has been in first class, but things are starting to dip. He might be dropping down to business. Giannis, the Joker, I think they're getting the call to get some free wine up in first class.
Well, what's the
Zion
blue
Williamson?
arrow next to Zion?
He wasn't even on my coach class a week ago, and now he was on the waiting list. He gets bumped up to coach.
I like it. So he's on the list now.
He was on the waiting list. He cleared the waiting list. He's on the flight.
All right. Tobias takes care of it. It got us to thinking a little bit, Reggie. We were, you were in LA and Hollywood, and you start talking about you flying the plane in your MVP race. It actually reminded us on the crew, unbeknownst to you, that we have a spot for you to fly the plane. So I think that would be an appropriate spot for you. You'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. There you go.
I love it.
There's Reggie right in the middle.
Airplane. Okay.
You got Murdoch. You got Captain Over. Where's Otto, the autopilot? I like your MVP list.
Wait, what did you call me, Captain? What did you call me? Navigator what?
No, you're a Navigator leg kick. That's your name the rest of the year. Moss misses the three. Lakers in transition. Kuzma runs right up the back of Harris. Scores an easy layup.
To me, that's when Kuzma is at his best, right? In the open court, being able to use that size and get on the wings and score with the best of them.
Dwight Howard continuing his success. Very similar role he's playing with the Sixers that he did with the Lakers. And he is all smiles. He's in great shape, as you can tell. Says he feels like he's in great shape. And with Anthony Davis still out, Doc Rivers wanting to keep him in his familiar rotation spot. Why change it at this point, even though the Lakers started very small in their starting five with no Embiid, having lost Tony Bradley. Kuzma with an air ball right to the hands of Korkmaz. Hey, come on, y'all! Harris looking for Howard, and he was grounded by Wes Matthews. Horton Tucker gets to the middle, leaves it. Matthews for three, got it.
Montrezl Harrell and Dwight Howard kind of getting into it underneath the boards right there. In the watch going forward here.
Lakers have hit 4 threes thus far. Korkmaz looking for room. Howard, that hit him on the head through his hands. That'll be a loose ball foul on the Lakers. And it looks like they're going to get Taylor Horton-Tucker. He's side out for Philadelphia. Gives us a chance to remind you can watch live NBA games your way with NBA Elite Pass. Get more of the basketball you love on your favorite devices now at a new low price. I got some season shifting moves today in the NBA as we hit the trade deadline. It'll be interesting to see how the new players settle in. Here's Korkmaz. It's a long two. Howard keeps it alive. Gets the putback.
Some words from Montrezl Harrell after that, too. Nice. Dwight Howard off to a nice start here. 3 of 3 from the field, 6 quick points.
There goes Wesley Matthews. Nice lead. Oh, denied by Howard. And that's going to be Philly ball.
Wow, what a block shot.
Impressive.
Well, you know, there's a former defensive player of the year, Dwight Howard here. Look at this. This is perfect timing right here.
Wow.
I mean, that is absolutely great timing here. See what happens when you get your championship rings? You feel like you're 25.
Spring in your step. That was what was
indeed.
most impressive about that second jump.
Multiple efforts. Not only does he contest the shot, but he also the block shot. Uh-oh, see? This is getting good. Montrezl Harrell, Dwight Howard.
They've been jawing a little bit. Philly with that turnover at an 8-second violation. Their 5th turnover, and these two are going to be a thing the rest of the night, it looks like. Coming in, Scott Twardowski trying to settle it down a little bit. So, yeah, Philadelphia had an 8-second violation, didn't get across in time. Look at Harrell singing. See? Oh, man. Same guy right there, those two, as far as that goes. And he breaks free. Oh, and a bad pass. Boy, Harrell wanted that one.
This is going to be fun for the rest of this game. And look at this. Just throws them away. Just an errant pass.
A good pass. He's got a dunk. Under a minute to go in L.A. first quarter. Sixers continuing their road trip. That's going to be a foul on the Sixers.
On Howard. Howard and Montrezl Harrell once again. Got tangled up underneath.
So second foul on Dwight Howard. I mean, these guys are swapping paint, and there is the hook by Howard. They got a call. Caruso is going to take on Howard. Got denied again. Matisse Thybulle in the game. Shake Milton, his first run. Saw Paul Reed come in a few possessions ago. Sixers going deep on their bench, and Shake Milton able to score it for Philadelphia.
Dwight Howard and Montrezl Harrell are just chirping back and forth with one another up and down the court. Here's a steal here.
Paul Reed gets a steal. Laker turnover. Chance to take the last shot for Philadelphia. Shot clock is off. Shake Milton will get it organized. Now in his 3rd year, he's been playing great lately. Last 4 games, averaging 28. Little sidestep, long 2. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 27-24. Navigator leg kick at the controls. Play 2021. Reggie Miller. He'll let you exactly right where you need to know where to go.
The thing about freedom is, freedom has no limits. There's no such thing as too many adventures.
Baba ng score naman na.
Stay rated PG-13. Burger King's got a breakfast classic made for a king. French toast sandwiches are back with sweet French toast and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham, plus our new buttery maple spread. Treat yourself like the king you are for breakfast with a French toast sandwich. Your way, way better.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert?
Roll, chocolate, peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop.
For the between quarters discussion with his players, and now it's a full-on scramble. Remember Doc Rivers coach Montrezl Harrell with the Clippers last year? We're watching Harrell and Dwight Howard go at it, and Dwight Howard has been tossed with no Joel Embiid. This Sixers lineup is very small the rest of the way. Ben Simmons, as I mentioned, also picking up a technical. So there'll be a few here at the line for LA.
Well, this is a huge loss for the Sixers and for Doc Rivers. You know, they're already shorthanded.
So now Kuzma will trade places with Schroeder, since Schroeder wasn't in the game at the time. He was allowed to take the first one. Now Caruso, who was in the game for the first technical.
The reason why there's two technicals is Dwight Howard got the technical and was ejected, and then Ben Simmons got a technical as well. So that's why there's two free throws for the Lakers.
All right, so Sixer ball, 2-point game. Philadelphia, and a quick three coming out of that technical foul shooting. Shake Milton hits one from the corner. What'd you make of all that, Reggie? Just I want to hear, what you thought. Did it elevate to the level of an ejection? Is it just a matter of these officials trying to get quick control here?
Probably both. Obviously, the officials, nice move there by Horton Tucker. It's a potential and one. I agree with Doc. Both guys were trying to establish, between Montrezl Harrell and Dwight Howard, trying to establish themselves. I've been kissed harder than what happened and the little bump and the timeout, but the officials wanted to gain control.
Well, it's going to open up some playing time for Paul Reed, who spent 3 years at DePaul. The 6'8" Paul Reed. And as you mentioned, Reggie, Mike Scott was playing with 2,000 right away. Reed taking advantage, throws it down with two hands.
That's how you earn minutes and respect from your teammates. Team is shorthanded. You get your number called. You come in and produce. You have that same level of energy that Dwight Howard was playing with.
Matisse Thybulle with a foul. Paul Reed's a rookie out of DePaul, was the 48th pick by the Sixers. These guys, sometimes these games this time of year when you're kind of changing over rosters and waiting on personnel, you're dealing with injuries, can be interesting. You never know who will rise out of the ashes in a moment like this. And Paul Reed's chomping at the bit. He's been waiting for a moment like this. He's going to figure to get extended minutes with no Howard. Caruso picks up the foul.
And let's face it, without Anthony Davis and without LeBron and with Marc Gasol being on a minutes restriction, the Lakers aren't very big. So this is a chance for Paul Reed to get some extra burn here.
Thybulle alone in the corner. And that is Simmons who kept it alive, but right into the hands of Schroeder. Lakers down 4 with the ball. Horton Tucker. And jumping the lane was Korkmaz. Good defense by the Sixers. They just rotate so well, Reggie. Just so well connected, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Let's give a lot of credit to Dan Burke revamping this Philly defense. They were good last year, don't get me wrong, but they have taken it to a different level under Doc Rivers and Dan Burke, the defensive coordinator. And here's another technical foul here, either on Paul Reed or Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, I think they got Reed. Saw the frustration from the Sixers. There's Dan Burke. Has ties with, of course, Frank Vogel at Indiana. And great job on the defensive end.
Got Jason Phillips on the line here, and there's Dan Burke, the defensive coordinator for the Sixers. So, hey, Jason, is this just a matter of the officials trying to gain control here of a very chippy game?
Yeah, Reg. So, again, Dwight and Montrez had a little interaction early on, and then the referees are just keeping an eye out for it. They want to keep control of the game because their goal here is for the athletes to be showcased during this game, correct? So they just want to make sure that everybody plays within the standards and within the rules, and that everybody has the opportunity to showcase their ability, and just not based on the physicality. It has to, be within the rules. That's why we have rules, right? And so they're just making sure that everybody plays within those standards right now.
Jason, thank you. Good stuff there. Good to get Jason's perspective. And, you kind of sense that this was going to get chippy the way Dwight Howard and Montrezl Harrell were going at each other. And technicals are flying. Here comes Reed from the corner. Simmons, offensive rebound. Shake Milton. And Reed keeps it out here by
Reed. Oof. I like it.
Reed has played in 7 games, averages just over 3 points per game. Did see some action against Golden State, but he kept that possession alive, and Korkmaz able to cash one in for Philadelphia. 4-point-6er lead, and knocked away from behind. Thybulle, and you see Thybulle barking at Reed, a defensive breakdown. Thybulle able to save it, though, by knocking it away.
I wonder how many calls Elton Brand and Daryl Morey and then took for Matisse Thybulle. I mean, this young man has been on everyone's radar and what he does defensively.
No question about that. Every discussion you hear about a trade is Markieff Morris with a 3-pointer for L.A. Thybulle, it seems that he is the untouchable, though, and it makes sense when you look at the way the East is shaping up, and Reggie with a defender like Matisse Thybulle, that's a huge asset to have. Up top, bad pass from Korkmaz. Wrong for Simmons. That'll be Laker ball.
Well, and Doc knows what he's doing because you look at the landscape of their Eastern Conference. You need to have wing players with length, long arms to go against Brooklyn Nets and James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, the Milwaukee Bucks, and Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So holding on to a valuable player like Thybulle, very smart by the Sixers brass.
Simmons called for the foul. Schroeder goes to the hole. Gives us a chance to remind you that the NBA on TNT is brought to you by Oculus from Facebook. Tonight's game features the Oculus front row view to take you courtside for an up-close look at some of the greatest plays of the game. And by Microsoft Teams. Where there's a team, there's a way. Schroeder at the free throw line. Mike Scott returns for Paul Reed, who was active in his minutes here in this second quarter, including a technical. Schroeder averaging 17 over his last 11 games. And they need him desperately now with AD and LeBron James out of the lineup. Lakers in front once again, 36-35. Sixers with the ball. Lakers right now led by Schroeder with 8. Kuzma has 7. Philadelphia's gotten 7 from Tobias Harris. That's a three-pointer. Comes up short. Gordon Tucker had it poked away from behind. In the corner, Gordon Tucker. And Scott with a board. Simmons goes to work on Morris and draws the foul. That little stutter step. Got Morris in the air. Free throws coming for Ben Simmons. First foul of the second quarter for the Lakers. Hey, don't forget, you can put your takes to the test with FanDuel's free over-under game. It's simple. Just pick over or under for each prop for your chance to win. You can head to FanDuel.com/over-under to make your free picks before every NBA on TNT broadcast.
Well, I had a question, BA,
returns
to what Adam said about the FanDuels and the threes for Philly. Is 12 a push, or do they need to get to 13?
Ooh, we have
under
with pushes in this game.
Right.
You got. There goes Simmons. Little side step and a foul, and again it's Morris trying to check Ben Simmons. And more free throws coming up for Ben.
I'm absolutely loving the intensity in this game. I mean, guys are having words with one another. Simmons and Morris kind of chirping a little bit. Montrezl Harrell. And we just saw Dwight Howard get tossed. You can't tell me Doc Rivers does not have his team fired up to come back here and play in this building where he coached against the crosstown rival Los Angeles Clippers.
Had a lot of hellos before the game today. He did mention, though, it's a little bit sad for him because there's so many people who aren't working in the building that he is familiar with, ushers, those support staff who work in the bowels of Staples Center. But he's back, and his Sixers are playing great. Simmons lost the handle. Ran into Schroeder and Caldwell Pope. Here is Kuzma for 3, short. By the way, Reggie, Lakers spokesman letting us know the Lakers received permission from LA County Health Department to have an audience at Staples Center tonight. 50 guests, some family members, some others are in the stands. At Staples Center, we saw Dwight Howard kind of recognizing a few. It's starting to open up. Vaccinations are going well, and it's going to be great to get everybody back. Yeah, there are some of the lucky few in the Lakers family and friends circle that are allowed to come see their guys play.
Sloppy first half by both teams. 8 turnovers each here by the Sixers and Lakers.
All tied at 38. High turnover game for both teams. High assist game as well for both teams. As Thibault gives it up. Now Scott in the corner. And Thibault on the reset misses badly.
That's the one thing he's going to have to work on.
in this game is that outside shot. I thought he shot the ball particularly well last season. He just hasn't been able to find his rhythm this year.
Harrell backing down Harris. Jump hook, it is short. Well, those who know Thibault best, and we saw him a lot in college at Washington. Simmons drawing another foul. They talk about his work ethic. You figure that is going to be part of his game that comes as well. Excellent defender right now.
Sports fans, shop now at NBAStore.com and get today's special offer.
Look at you all fancy.
Fancy.
Philadelphia, they were on the search for a point guard. There was a lot of discussion about potentially Kyle Lowry coming back home to Philadelphia. They couldn't get that deal done, or maybe the pieces weren't what they wanted to give up. But George Hill will be a nice addition for Doc Rivers and company.
Steady, reliable, can improve their three-point shooting. But more importantly, you're not going to lose anything with him defensively. He has good size at that point guard position. Huge pickup for the Sixers getting George Hill.
Talked to Doc Rivers about it before the game. And remember, George Hill with a thumb injury hasn't played since January 24th. He's only played in 14 games. So He's been keeping his legs in shape as best he can, but there's still that on-court live action that he's going to have to build into. Kuzma misses a three. Back come the Sixers. Sixers have missed 5 consecutive field goals. Mike Scott missed badly, almost missed the whole thing. And now Caruso comes up empty. Sixers haven't made a field goal since the 10:03 mark.
And yet, they're tied.
There's Danny Green. Yeah, there you go. That snaps the drought. Danny Green with his second made three. Hasn't missed tonight. 8 points. Leads the Sixers in scoring as Caldwell Pope brought it down, and Simmons there to knock it out of his hand. It'll be Laker ball. Sixers go 4 minutes, 47 seconds between made field goals. Approaching the 5-minute mark of this second quarter. Been a sloppy one. Dwight Howard and Montrezl Harrell had some words on a number of possessions. Howard was ejected from this game. We had Jason Phillips on, and good explanation about these officials trying to, restore order, Reggie, but also free the game up to allow these players to compete and allow them to put their skills on display. So I like that explanation from Jason.
It's been interesting. You talk about how sloppy a play. Nice move there by Curry. It's sloppy on both ends, but what has made this game so close defensively, both of these teams are excellent defensively. Right now, 5-point lead here for the Sixers.
This Friday, everybody is talking about nobody.
Word travels fast.
It's one of the best action movies in over a decade. And now, it's 88% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
I came for the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for takeoff.
Nobody. Rated R. In theaters only Friday.
I'm David Collado. I chose the Spark Cash Card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. Last year, I redeemed $21,000 in cash back, which I used for new equipment to expand production. What's in your wallet?
Brian Woodrum, our producer tonight. Lonnie Dale directing. Our great TNC crew. We're glad you're with us. Second of a doubleheader. Sixers, Lakers. First trip for Philadelphia here to Los Angeles. Been a drought here for LA. Late clock. Matthews puts it up, misses. And Lakers looking at nearly 4 minutes of elapsed time without a field goal. Reggie, the Sixers went 4 minutes and 47 seconds without a made basket. Are we giving all the credit to the defense here?
We are. You talked about it at the top of the show. These are the number 1 and 2 in terms of defensive efficiency, and that's kind of been on full display here. And both teams down superstars. It's all about these role players. I guess you can't call Ben Simmons a role player. He is an all-star. And in my opinion, so is Harris.
Caldwell Pope comes away from the pack after the missed three, and finally the Lakers scored after a drought of 4:16 on the game clock. Right back at him. Danny Green, no. And there's Gasol with the rebound. Minutes restriction for Marc Gasol tonight. Right now, he's at 10 minutes. They're hoping to keep him to about 15 coming out of health and safety protocols. And then had to ramp up to build himself back into shape. Had some symptoms and some effects of COVID and on a minutes restriction tonight. So you got Howard ejected for the Sixers, no Gasol, no Embiid for Philadelphia, missing his 14th game. Always interesting in games like this to see who is going to step up and deliver that big game. Kuzma picks up the foul here. Sixers in the bonus. They've been in the bonus for a while. Danny Green will shoot him. Gives us a chance to remind you the upcoming NBA national TV schedule. Tomorrow, doubleheader on ESPN. They'll run them back. Celtics and Bucks. Bucks almost let a big lead get away last night. Hawks against the Warriors will be the nightcap. And then Saturday on NBA TV, these 76ers will take on the Clippers. For more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
NBA, they better give Doc Rivers a nice long video tribute. I know there won't be a lot of fans in Staples. Would you say 50? But they need to give him a nice long video tribute.
I agree. Some excellent things. He came to the Clippers with the idea to win a title. I think the culture really changes. Kuzma hanging in the air. He lays it in. Shake Milton for three. Rattles in and out, and Kuzma with a rebound. Approaching 1 minute left in this second quarter. Schroeder on the take. Oh, what a pass. Caldwell Pope cashes in. Man, Schroeder with a brilliant pass to the corner.
Schroeder now with 5 assists. None better than that one. Beautiful no-look pass to KCP.
Don't forget Adam Candace, Shaq, and C. Webb all standing by. American Express halftime report coming your way. Turnover. Simmons threw it to no one. Caldwell Pope on the run out. There is contact and a foul. Free throws coming for KCP.
Look at this beautiful no-look here by Schroeder. All the red jerseys around, and at the last minute finds KCP with a wide open three.
Say, to be able to put a pass in the corner like that, all the momentum going away from that with the kind of force, that was on a line. No gravity on that pass. I know how you shooters like to get a good firm pass to deliver the three as Caldwell Pope knocks down the first free throw. Miles will return for the Sixers. Alex Caruso back on the floor as well. Caldwell Pope has 11. Schroeder leads the Lakers with 12. But the Lakers have gotten contributions from everybody that has played tonight. They've played 9 and all have scored. And it's Caldwell Pope and Schroeder with 12 apiece. 2-point game. 7-0 Laker run. Oh, Caruso the board. Schroeder will get a last possession. Patekmas on Schroeder. With the left hand. There was an ejection. Some teams in the NBA, and they play it to a draw. NT. It's presented by State Farm.
We didn't just build another hybrid. We built a hard-charging
Hey, look, both of these teams playing without their superstars. Nice pick pocket right there by Schroeder. That's exactly what I thought here. Doc Rivers has his team ready to go coming into Staples Center. Now they're shorthanded without Dwight. So more time for Mike Scott and Paul Reed. What a pass tap there by Ben Simmons. That's an assist right there.
Cashes one in. Boy, Simmons, 8 assists in the first half. He's got 9 now. Big topic of discussion at halftime. Candace made a good point. Is Green, after the turnover, another 3-ball for the Sixers, and a good start for Philadelphia with a quick 6-0 burst to start this third quarter.
Look at Derek
Candace
Green.
posed the question, though, can you be a superstar player without scoring? I'd love to hear what you think about that concerning Simmons on this particular Sixers team as KCP scores for LA.
Superstar or star? Because there's a big difference. To score the basketball, I don't think he has to score the basketball at a high clip because that's what you have Embiid and Tobias Harris for. But there's going to be times where he's going to have to be aggressive offensively, and you've got to have something in your bag. Right now, he plays on instinct and talent, and talking in terms of Ben Simmons. But come playoff time, teams take away whatever's in your bag. Can you improvise? I think that's kind of what Candace was alluding to. What kind of bag does Ben Simmons have when you need it? And I think that's what people are wanting to see.
Well, him in that playmaking role, especially if you bring George Hill in and he can give you what the Sixers hope he can, it allows Ben to play off the ball and really deliver off the ball as Tobias Harris, having a great run, scores another one for Philadelphia.
Yeah, see that? There's your score. Tobias Harris, Embiid, they're going to do the bulk of the scoring. A lot of the playmaking will come from Ben Simmons and Danny Green. I mean, tonight he's
Balong itu dia nggak pernah tahu.
Plummet during the stretch without LeBron and AD. Who knows when either of those players are coming back? Talk about a nightmare to have to face if they do get healthy. There's so many decisions to be made as well, as Gasol looking for a foul right there.
But also, too, if the Lakers plummet that low and they're in the play-in games, 7-8 or 9 times, you got to face the Lakers in the first round.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
Utah doesn't want to see that.
Hey, I like the play-in last year. Is a little different scenario than it will be this year, but I think it gives a little bit of that win or go home feel. I think it's going to be great to get the playoffs started. At the line, Gasol, chance to remind you that the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the all-new Kia Sorento, the world's first storytelling machine, and by Burger King. Mix and match your favorites for just $5.
Gasol at that magic number now, PA, 15 minutes. See how far over he's going to go. And
just returned to the lineup tonight.
Wants to leave him out there.
That was the stated goal, 15 minutes. There's another kick to the corner. Thibault, no. Morris with a rebound. The Sixers have assisted it well. 18 assists on 24 made baskets. Came out hot here in this third quarter. Danny Green with 9 in the third on 3 made threes. He's made 6 for the game. There goes Kuzma. Nice sidestep. He couldn't finish it. It was all pretty going in, but Kuzma couldn't get himself free to finish at the rim. Sixer ball. Frank Vogel called a shoot-around this morning, and you talk about stop the local presses. In this COVID year and with the tightened schedule, there's been very little practice time, very little shoot-around time, but Frank Vogel was not happy about their defense. He's a defensive-minded coach, and even without AD and LeBron, you're going to lose significant pieces defensively. He expects more as Simmons springs free inside. A defensive breakdown for the Lakers. That's the first made field goal for Ben Simmons.
What a beautiful pass there by Curry. Are you kidding me?
And Bible saves it. It was headed out of bounds. Another Laker turnover. Sixers lead it by 8. Three-pointer on its way. Curry cashes one in. Three-pointers are raining down for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've made 14 tonight.
You came in hot.
guys. Yo, the ball's hopping. The floor is space. Going downhill. You make
Deal. Sixers get into their offense. This game was tied at the half. Sixers are plus 11 to start the second half. Lakers have race. Set up by Harris. Thibault back taps it. There's another possession for Philadelphia. Curry again. A break for LA, possibly. They need one. They need a bunch. And there's another turnover. 12 steals now for Philadelphia. On the break, Harris with a tough shot. A little left-handed scoop.
18 turnovers by the Lakers. 22 points for the Sixers off those turnovers.
I'm with you, Reggie. Looking at the Lakers, and I know Lakers fans are still in championship mode, and they should be. And without LeBron, without AD, it is going to be as green. That's before the shot, a foul prior to the layup. Reggie, this is going to be a real story for LA as long as those two are out. How far they cascade down the standings, and as much as you want this team and they have that championship pedigree, they're just there without so much firepower, which is an understatement. But how far are they going to fall before they get their stars back? It's going to be a huge question.
And I don't think there's a rush to bring them back. Again, I'm not worried if and when they come back. As long as they're healthy, I can roll with AD and LeBron. But if they're not healthy when they come back, it's going to be a problem.
Gordon Tucker gets stuck, finds Kuzma down the lane, and that's going to be a block. Danny Green with the foul. Lakers in this third quarter, Reggie, 3 of 10. They missed all 3 of their threes with 8 turnovers. Kuzma. Now free throws coming up when we continue. Lakers in trouble here in the third.
Where else can you get access to the game's best ever? Where else can you watch every team or just your team whenever you want? Sledgehammer up the other end on your phone, TV, or tablet. Where else can you slide?
Gillette Pro Glide. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke. So you're ready for the day. With a fresh face for a fresh start.
He went down.
each prop for your chance to win. Head to FanDuel.com/overunder to make your free picks before every NBA on TNT broadcast. 1 out of 2 at the line for Harrell. Over-under tonight, what was it, 12.5 on the three-pointers? And the Sixers have 14.
Where does the half go?
Patrick's. Apa din? Tingnan. Tambo. 20. Commercial. 18.
Quarter for the Sixers, only 17 in the third for the Lakers. Moments ago, Reggie caught up with Lakers head coach Frank Vogel.
Coach, 9 turnovers alone in that third quarter. As a coaching staff, that's something that is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it's not good. We're working hard on the defensive end, scrambling a lot. And, I don't know if we're fatigued or whatever, but we're not making good decisions with the basketball, and it's hurting us.
And Philadelphia, they're not a great three-point shooting team, but tonight, 15 made threes.
Yeah, well, the guys they got out here are good shooters, and they got 2 all-star level players in Harris and Simmons that we're trying to double team a lot, and we haven't been sharp in this half in terms of getting the shooters out of the double teams.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate Frank Vogel coming over. Quarter didn't go anywhere near where he wanted to, Reggie. 35-17, the Sixers outscored the Lakers in that third quarter. L.A., you mentioned the 9 turnovers. They were 4 for 18 from the field and only 17 points in the third. Montrezl Harrell makes the layup. First possession out of the quarter break.
Now let's see if they can string some stops together here. A lot of time left.
Korkmaz all the way in with the layup. Lakers trying to avoid their second 4-game losing streak this season. They turn it over once again. 10th turnover this second half. Milton, Thibault, Korkmaz, Harris, and Reed on the floor. Dwight Howard ejected. Reed getting extra minutes here tonight. And Thibault comes crashing in. That'll be an offensive foul.
Good job there by Horton Tucker. Remember now, this Lakers team, they lead the league in charges.
And Schroeder and Horton Tucker starting this fourth quarter. Kuzma, Alfonso McKinney, his first playing time on the floor as well as Kuzma knocks down a 3. Reggie, you've been on Kuzma for a number of years now. I mean, this is his window to try to help carry this team through this time without AD and LeBron James.
It's a great opportunity for him as well. And I keep telling people 2 years ago, just about every team was trying to trade for him. And when LeBron and AD got here, his game has kind of gone down a little bit, and justifiably so. He's had to adjust his game, but the talent level is there.
Kuzma with 19 tonight. Scoring has been up much better as a starter, production-wise, as Milton is fouled on the 3. I believe his feet were behind the line. We talked to Frank Vogel about that when everybody was healthy with the Lakers, about the starting versus coming off the bench numbers. And he likes how Kuzma flows with that bench group. And there's always that decision to make. But he does score more as a starter. There's more shots for him certainly now than he would playing with AD and LeBron. Kuzma now in his 4th year. Spent 3 years at Utah. Coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans. That's a look at the national television schedule coming up. Doubleheader tomorrow night on ESPN. Celtics, Bucks. Back-to-back games there in Milwaukee. And then you got the Hawks and the Warriors. And don't forget, NBA TV has the Sixers right here at Staples Center against the Clippers on Saturday. NBA TV. Just go to the app, NBA app, or NBA.com for more information.
BA, you're talking about the Lakers bench and Kuzma. And they've taken a hit. Remember, this Lakers team had the best scoring bench. Montrezl Harrell and Kyle Kuzma, but that has taken a hit tonight. 29-15 advantage in terms of bench points for the Sixers.
McKinney misses a corner 3. And loose ball, able to run it down Kuzma, but he stepped on the sideline. Look at Ben Simmons over there. Tell you, that's one thing you see with Philadelphia, Reggie. You watch their games, you watch their bench. They are engaged. They bring it every night. And, winning is contagious. They've done a lot of winning through these last few years, but there's a different level going on right now in Philadelphia. You can see it.
That's why they're going to take another level up, winning these ball games without Embiid. confidence level was there.
Yeah, that one too short. Harrell got a hand on it. The block. On the lob, Kuzma. Little Euro, and he misses the layup. Reed misses a three. Back and forth they go. Fourth quarter. It was a good game. Tied at 54. Defensive struggle with a ton of turnovers in the first half. And technicals. There were 5 T's in the first half alone. Tough shot from Montrezl Harrell. He thought he was fouled. And a stare down of the official. Got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. 9:32 left in regulation. All Sixers. Presented by State Farm, the skill of Ben Simmons.
How about that? The touch pass for the three for the wide open Danny Green. That was all premeditated by, looked like it was a bad pass, but he redirected it to Green for that wide open three.
Tonight, Simmons with 12 assists, scored 7 points. He's got 2 steals. He has a block. Sixers have been a force defensively tonight. Lakers with a ton of turnovers in this game. Montrezl Harrell goes strong and scores it over Mike Scott. 13-point game. Lakers within shouting distance, but they have not looked good in this second half. Harrell's got 6 in the quarter here. Tobias Harris been on fire in the absence of Embiid. Matthews trying to check him. Harris just big and strong, and a little turnaround is good for Tobias Harris.
This is why come playoff game, it's plays like that, especially if it's a close game, you can just give it to Harris and he can just go to work in that mid-post area.
Says he's got a bounty out for all the coaches that didn't vote for him and all the national media that skipped over him. It has inspired him. A number of games here in this run by double digits, and they have not lost 3 consecutive games by double digits since the 2018 campaign. Danny Green ready to come back in. 8 minutes left. Harris, they clear it out. Double team comes. Wide open for 3. Shake Milt missed it. Kuzma passed on it, gives it up. Wide open is Schroeder. Short. 3-point shooting has not been good for LA tonight. Just 7 of 22, 32% from behind the arc. And Reg overall field goal percentage just 41% for LA. Milton. Korkmaz gets stuck in the corner. Shot clock late. Got to get one up quick. Korkmaz, there is a foul on Kuzma. For of the year, and I think maybe more importantly than anything else, the incredible courage really missed.
And when you hear other greats like Dr. J and Michael Jordan say, I mean, he was the first high flyer, and the acrobatics around the rim and the reverses, it all started with Elgin.
Had a nice little ceremony before the game. Also had the ring ceremony for 2 Sixers. Dwight Howard, who was ejected in this first half, and then pulling a foul on the Sixers. 50 people in the
Bling.
bling.
Bling, bling. I love it.
Bling.
Bling,
Wonder
bling.
Twins. Tell you what, man. Is that something you wear around, or you just put that in some kind of case somewhere? That'd be scary.
I would. Heck yeah.
Schroeder hits it. Take us to break, Reggie. See if the Lakers got anything cooking.
Sweets.
3-pointers. That's how active he's 76ers team.
Oh, for those in the back, 41 points created for Ben Simmons, and there's still 6 minutes left in this game. Assisted on 34. That's a crazy number. Of the 15 made threes, Reggie. 10 of those coming from Simmons' assist. There is Schroeder. Do the Lakers have a run? Harrell there with a putback. I think Mike Scott was up there as well. This is a 10-point game right now. There is time for LA. There's a little runner by Curry. Nicely done, Seth Curry.
Ankle injury, 16 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Here on Harrell. Nice little floater in the paint area.
He's got 18, does Curry. Green leads the Sixers with 22 points. Milton off the bench has 12. Caldwell Pope for 3. All right. Here we go. The Lakers, they look a little more lively here after that timeout. Single digits now, 9-point game. KCP with 17. Caldwell Pope's at his third 3. Danny Green gets one up quick. Whoa, cash. Man, it's Danny Green. That is one of the prettiest strokes ever. Amazing how fast you can get that shot up. Reminds me of another guy.
7 made threes tonight for Danny Green.
Schroeder trying to draw a foul. Schroeder on the take now. And Harrell couldn't put it back. Sixers box out well, get the rebound. Just as the Lakers are making a run, Danny Green misses a 3. Green to 4-3. And for the Lakers. He was in the health and safety protocols after a brief ramp up to get him healthy enough to play. 15 minutes for Gasol, played exactly on that number. 5 points. Played 10 of those. Schroeder able to get the steal. Schroeder with
Wala.
the corner. Matthews side 1 points now. There's Scott. Another missed 3. Green can't follow. Golden opportunity here for LA. Kuzma for 3. Cash it in. And the Lakers with late life here. 5-point game. Philadelphia in front, but the Lakers have it rolling late in this fourth quarter. Kuzma has been a big part of it. cut it to 5. And you see what the Lakers have done in the clutch. So obviously, the bulk of these numbers are with LeBron and AD, but they're second in the NBA in clutch points within final 5 minutes. They've been here before. And Reggie, this feels a lot like the game we saw 2 months ago in Philadelphia, which was a Sixers win.
With AD and with LeBron, they went on a 13-0 run to take the lead late, and it needed a Tobias Harris shot. Almost a steal there by Schroeder.
Schroeder's going to get teed up.
Oh, man, look, I understand.
I'm with you.
You've got to let them have a little bit of emotion here. Unless we heard there was magic words that came out, that did not warrant a technical foul. Come on, man.
Just playing hard.
Let human emotion happen.
I'm with you on that one. This was the play.
Okay, I get that.
Kane Fitzgerald popped him with a tee. It's been a pretty familiar call.
Oh, no,
you can't showing that, but not here.
That's a bad technical foul. That is. You can't call that.
There's been a ton of tees in this. We had 5 tees in the first half alone. Here goes Simmons on the take, kicks it. Good ball movement here, and Curry stepped on the line. That was disrupted by Schroeder, who jumped that second pass, got a deflection. And now the Lakers with the ball. Down 6.
Sure
right
is.
there, easy call. Tom Washington right there. And the Lakers with an opportunity here with 2.5 to go. Trailed by 18 to start the quarter. That was deflected. That'll be Laker ball. Sixers have 6 turnovers this fourth quarter. Lakers trail by 18 to start the quarter.
I mean, like a KCP three-pointer here. I know they're going to play through Montrezl Harrell. A KCP with a 3 in the corner here.
There goes Harrell. Strong basket and a quick release. 12 in the quarter from Montrezl Harrell. This is a 4-point game now as we approach the 2-minute mark. Well, the competition level has elevated significantly after that timeout with about 5 minutes left in this fourth. Harris, fade away on Kuzma. What a big shot that was. Tobias Harris.
His go-to. He is a go-to player.
There goes KCP, gives it up. And Harrell inside. 14 in the quarter from Montrezl Harrell.
You know where Doc's
Harrell
going
with
to go.
20 for the night.
Nice screen and roll with your 2 best players. Get the ball to Harris at that mid-post area.
Kuzma got a hand on it. Forces a turnover. Lakers down 4 with the ball. 1.5 to go in regulation. Schroeder ditches his man. Working on Scott. Gives it up. Harrell with Simmons and a foul. That'll be on the floor. No shot for Harrell. Philadelphia had a foul to give. 5th foul on Ben Simmons.
Nice deflection here by Kuzma to cause that turnover. Play through Montrezl Harrell here.
And Schroeder tried to draw foul, lost the handle, thought he was clipped. Sixer ball. That's a big turnover for LA. 22nd turnover of the game for the Lakers. Schroeder on Harris. Mismatch. Harris backing him down. Double comes. Kick inside. Simmons. Good ball movement here. All the way around. Here's Curry. Kuzma secures. Under a minute to go. Lakers 2-possession game. Kuzma all the way and a block. Free throws for Kyle Kuzma with 51.4 seconds left.
Well, great job to go early and not call a timeout by Frank Vogel. Now you get a chance to cut this to a 1-possession game. No time off the clock. And a lot of time left here for the Lakers.
Kyle Kuzma with 24 tonight.
You mentioned January 27th game. It was Tobias Harris. The ball was in his hands to win it as Kuzma misses the first.
Big miss. Kuzma at the line tonight, Reggie. 3 out of 4. 24 points. He's got 9 rebounds. 72% free throw shooter in his career. And 1 out of 2 for Kuzma. 1 possession game. Key possession coming up for Philadelphia. Lakers down 18 to start this quarter. They have fought back. Sixers trying to hold them off and make it a perfect 3-0 to start this trip. 6-gamer they have. Late clock here. Got to get one up. Green in the corner. Oh, big shot for Danny Green. A silencer as Danny Green puts the Sixers up 6. What a night for Danny Green.
His ring tonight and trying to put a dagger in his former team here. Shot clock running down. Catch and release.
Wow.
8 threes for Green.
1 off of his career high, which he had earlier this year. Made 9 threes in a January game against Miami. Lakers advance the ball. They're down 6. Got to go quick here. Under 30 seconds to go. Kuzma, tough corner 3. No. Simmons secures the rebound. And with made free throws, the Sixers are going to put this one to bed here against LA. Yeah, Lakers could have used that guy, but they're glad to have him back. Frank Vogel was imploring his team to bring better effort and energy, and we didn't really see that until the last 5 minutes or so. But, Philadelphia made a good point, Reggie, earlier in the game. The Sixers, the way they play defense, they can make you look disoriented, out of sorts, off your game. That's kind of the way they play. They do cause that psychological piece to the puzzle, the frustration. Clutch free throws for Ben Simmons. And the lead is 8. And the Lakers are going to drop 4 consecutive games for the second time this year as Scott gets the block, and that should take us to the finish line. Well, the Sixers keep it rolling here. Philadelphia winning their 4th straight. They've won 10 of their last 11, and they're off to a 3-0 start to their 6-game road trip as Doc Rivers' return to the Staples Center is a successful one. And now they'll prepare for a matchup against the Clippers on Saturday. Big night for Danny Green. Danny Green with 8 made threes, 28 points tonight. Ben Simmons had 9 points and 12 assists and 7 rebounds. And on a night when Green gets his championship ring, a lot of hugs from his former teammates, and delivers the knockout punch with a corner 3 with about an inch to spare with his heels on that sideline. The shot that put it away just as the Lakers were mounting a comeback And watch how close Green is to the sideline right here. Scott set him up. Oh, man. Right where he was. Another catch. The Sixers have so many weapons. They improved to 32-13. A lot of love when you win a game like that and you're in a place where you won a championship, Reggie.
Well, and rightfully so. You know, he should get the love. Oh, the man of the hour. You got your bling tonight, Danny. We saw the love from your former teammates. Mm-hmm. You know, the handshakes and the hugs. It's got to feel good to put the dagger in them as well. The shot clock running down. That last three made by you, your eighth on the evening, shut the door.
Yeah, it was good to see my guys, man. It was a hell of a night, special night, obviously winning night for me. But, you know, we had to focus, lock in, and try to win the game. We lost Dwight early on. We down some guys. We lost some guys. Shout out to the guys that got traded. Those are my brothers forever. But, yeah, man, we had to lock in, and they had a hell of a fight. We're coming back down 20 and making it the game. You know, we had to throw up some prayers and hope someone went in, but luckily some dropped for us late in the fourth.
Tell me about the confidence booster this is for your team, for you guys to continue to win without a potential front-runner MVP-type player like Joel Embiid. It's got to feel good for you guys to still feel that you guys can win ball games without one of your best players.
For sure, man, and that's the biggest thing. Even when we have lost games, competing or believing. Early in the year, that wasn't the case. A lot of characters built since then. When Joel was out, we were struggling a lot. But since the break, we've been doing a great job of trusting the system, trusting each other, believing that we can win games, and that's where it starts. But there's a big confidence booster. We got to keep it going. We still got a long road trip ahead. We still got a couple more games, and hopefully go back home, with a couple more W's before we can get Joel back.
Appreciate it, Danny.
Thank you,
guys. Letting that thing fly, my friend.
All day.
One shooter to another. What a game tonight for Danny Green. Our producer tonight, Brian Woodrum. Lonnie Dale, our director. Thanks to our crew, Sean Gerchikoff, Raul Bonilla, Carl Cronenberger, and our statistician, Tom Marbury. For the Hall of Famer, Reggie Miller, this is Brian Anderson saying so long from L.A. Coming up next, NBA on TNT Thursday postgame, presented by Kia. Our final score tonight, the Sixers keep it rolling. First place in the East, and they win it 109-101. We send it to Adam Lefko and company in our Atlanta studios. Good night, everybody. Another game, another win.